Hi there, I'm Shiva. I'm with the Kitty Scoop. I'm actually the founder, and I wanted to talk to everyone just a little bit about the Kitty Scoop and about some things I've noticed over the first couple months of me doing this. I've been posting videos on different social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube, and started getting comments, and I noticed that about half of them were actually negative. People that are just assuming that I'm a scam or running a hoax or running some sort of a racket. And while I'm not so thin-skinned as to be all weepy about that, I did want to address it just simply because comments like that do discourage people, and I wanted people to understand that yes, I actually am raising money to help out some cats. So that being said, I'm going to, well, I don't have to introduce you, he's going to introduce himself here. That being said, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it is I do and why I decided to use the Lucky Scoops trend as a fundraising platform. When I first discovered Lucky Scoops, it was late last year, and I saw the videos and I thought to myself, you know, that would actually work really well when it comes to raising money for cats, because I've been doing handmade items and then also soaps and things on places like Etsy and Amazon Handmade and eBay for many years. And sometimes I mention what I'm raising money for, other times I don't. It's just been something I've been doing for years. And when I saw the Lucky Scoops, I thought, hey, I know how to scoop things, and that actually works out really well with the theme of my fundraisers. So I went ahead and talked to a few people and put together the Kitty Scoop. And my thought was that I didn't want to ever do those cheap little, Temu or Alibaba type toys that I see so many people do. And I understand that that is a lot of the reason why these things are considered so scammy, is because people pay hundreds of dollars for like $25 worth of crap. So I wanted to use as much handmade things as possible, as many one-of-a-kind things as possible, unique items, things like that. I also do own Mythological Soapworks, which is a handmade soap and body care company. And so I thought, I want to donate some of my stuff from there to the fundraiser as well. So came up with all these ideas on, the different scoops we can do, and put it all together. And that's how we, started doing the Kitty Scoop. Now, I do understand that Lucky Scoops does have a bit of a stigma attached to it. And I realize that, yeah, there are a lot of scammers out there. There's people who order and never get boxes, or they get things that weren't, shown in the scoop. And I get it. I understand that there's a lot out there. I can't sit there and convince you that I'm real. I can just basically just show you bits of my life, show you bits of what I do, and give you some sort of a feel, and then you can make up your mind whether or not I'm trying to pull a fast one on you. I started rescuing cats, I'm going to say about 16 years ago, though it's probably been longer. It started because there was a small group of feral cats in my backyard, and I started noticing kittens laying dead on the road, and that really bothered me, especially since there was a bus stop not too far from me, and I thought, I don't want kids seeing that, so I kept picking up these little kittens off the road and burying them. And then I thought, this is just turning into a growing problem, so why don't I just start trying to catch these kittens and domesticate them, find some homes for them. So that's what I started doing. And it got to the point where mother cats were actually bringing their kittens into my garage, so I figured I was doing something right. So then it was trying to catch the adults. And it took me about 3 years, but I managed to get the feral colony in my neighborhood, under control. It's, I had caught all the breeding adults, found homes for some of them, found homes for a lot of the kittens, and that took care of that problem. Then we started expanding more to outside of the neighborhood. Now, I have a philosophy, and that is anytime I take in an animal, I accept responsibility for that animal. So if I can't find a home for it, then that means it's staying here. There are some that right off the bat I know are going to stay with us. If it's an older cat that I know doesn't have that much, left in him, I'm going to keep him comfortable. If it's a damaged cat or a cat that, I shouldn't say damaged as much as a cat that's going to require long-term care. I know a lot of people don't want to take on that kind of expense, so of course I will, because I'm just that kind of crazy. I try to get word out whenever I've got adoptable cats available. I try to get word out in the neighborhood. I work at a neighborhood bar, so it's really easy for me to get word out, hey, I got, Tabby that's ready to go, about 3 years old, whatever. Or people ask me, hey, do you have a cat that's available? The problem is that everybody wants kittens. And I have never had anybody come to me and say, hey, do you happen to have a 8-year-old cat with one eye? Or, a 6-year-old cat with, only 3 legs. And believe me, I've had both. But I never get people asking me for those, so I end up keeping them with me and, throughout their natural lives. I have dealt with all kinds of illnesses. I have dealt with all kinds of problems. Some have worked out better than others. Behind me here, this one doesn't have a name. He's my most recent adventure. This one was found near the bar I work at, and he had a wire wrapped around his neck so tight he could barely breathe. And some people caught him, got the wire off, and then he ran off. Yes, you. And so I had to bring out a trap and trapped him and brought him in and spent, about 2 weeks just cleaning up the wound. It was really gross. But got it cleaned up and got him, fed, giving him nutrition, giving him antibiotics, getting him up to par. So now he is about ready to go to his new home, and fortunately I actually have one lined up for him because one of the people who had seen him fell in love with him. So knowing that she wasn't going to be able to afford the time or the money to take care of the rehabilitation, I went ahead and did that. So that is one of my big success stories. That is the kind of thing that I do, and I've decided that I will start posting some of the stories of some of the other cats, either present or cats from the past, that have been in and out of my life, so you can get a feel for what the money is actually going to whenever I do these Lucky Scoops. So if you have any questions or comments or even criticisms, because I'm pretty used to that, leave a comment and I will answer everything to the best of my ability anyway. And if you are interested in the Lucky Scoops trend, or you enjoy surprises or anything like that, please consider stopping by my website. It's www.thekittyscoop.com. I don't just do Lucky Scoops, I also do mystery boxes and gift boxes and things like that. So take a peek around, and you might find something that you like and know that the proceeds are going to a really good cause. So thank you again for your time, and I will be posting more videos with many more kitties in the future.